The cavalcade of cars that is put on by the Holland Red Trail Cruisers and the Brandon Road Rebels and the Minnedosa Valley Cruisers and the Neepawa Classic Car Group, the Road Runners, was led, as you saw, by the police escort. And there are about 130 cars in the group that are going by. They've already been from Brandon through Minnedosa and had a ice cream at Minnedosa, and they've come to Neepawa, and all 130 of these cars are traveling through Neepawa, trying to hit most of the seniors' places if they possibly can. A big thank you goes out to Terry Smith and Dave Burba. Dave is from the Brandon Club. Terry Smith, of course, is the local person, and he was driving that 86 Parisienne that was right behind the police car. A lot of these cars are more classics, and some of them fairly modern cars. You'll notice that this is about a 1936 Plymouth, and it's pretty well turned out. A lot of these cars are really well turned out, although some of them are in progress. They, as you can see, some of them haven't had the final paint job on them yet, and but they're putting them in the parade anyway. But many of them are complete cars, beautiful cars. Some of them. There's you will see. There's an old Buick coming by, and see that one, and the little red. Oh, that was there's a Ford car. A lot of these are fairly new cars. And there's a nice rod right there. That one can sit up and take notice, I'll tell you. And there's about a 1938 or 39. And it's pulling one of those little sunbeams behind it on a trailer. They used to call them the little shaver because it was a sunbeam shaver. This one here is a 1940, I would say 40 Ford. That's about the last one that they turned out during the war years. That was a Ford, I think, there. There's a Corvette, nicely turned out Corvette. We got a couple of trucks here, not antiques. That one is a job in progress. This one isn't. This one's nicely turned out. And they've just finished going through town and so on. And there's a Ford. I think it's a Meteor. Beautiful cars, yes. Be strong and safe. These got a Continental on the back of it. They're going by. There's another antique T-Bird, nicely turned out. Looks like a little dog in the bright yellow car. There's a 1957 Chevy. And that's nice. The little Bel Air, they could jump. Those little guys, I'll tell you, they could jump. That's an Impala, and that looks like a chopped down one-ton. The beautiful cars. The parade is made up of the Holland Red Trail Blazers, the Brandon Road Rebels, the Minnedosa Valley Cruisers, and the Neepawa Classic Cars. There's another group from Brandon. They call themselves the Brandon Area Car Enthusiasts Base. So it's sort of all-encompassing. There's several smaller classic clubs, but they all go under the same umbrella. There's an older Vetti there too. Oh, we got some dandies. There's another Vetti coming up, and a refurbished van here with lots of flames on it and so on, making it the old travel van type of thing. There's lots of people are restoring these 80s and 90s cars, and some of them were classics in their own right off the bat. But like that Tornado that we saw go by was. I tried to look up, see what year it was, and it said basically the same car was from 64 to 69, so it's in that range. This was Ford in its heyday. That's about a 64 Ford there, with there's a little Roadster coming at us. This one doesn't have a name. It shall be nameless. There's a beautifully turned out car. That's really nicely done. My gosh, if you count the number of cars that are going by, we've had lots of them today, haven't we? And there's a motor trike that nicely turned out too. They ride like a dream. There's Peter Leach Construction. It looks like the car needs a little construction yet. But I suspect the motor is done by the sound of the way it's throbbing as it goes by. And that's about a 1935, I would say. It looks like it could be a Plymouth as well. And there's a nice Jeep. And there's the old Chevy, about a 56 Chevy. They were there's an old as I say, some of these cars are really well turned out. They're again, we want to thank Terry Smith and Dave Burba for doing the legwork for this particular parade. It took quite a bit of organization. You can imagine the number. There's Val and her husband going by, John, in their little convertible. And I noticed that Dairy Isle in Minnedosa supplied them with ice cream, and they're going to be supplied with ice cream again here at the Dairy Queen. And they're going to be ice creamed out by the end of this parade. They go from here to Carberry, and then they go around Carberry. And I understand that at Carberry they sort of disperse because the Holland people will probably go directly home, and there's a beautiful Brougham there. Oh, nice car. It's got the Continental trunk. Beautiful cars. And to think of the number of seniors and others that are having the chance to see all these cars. It's a terrific break from the coronavirus that we have going around, and it gives people an outing where they can keep their distance and still have some fun and pretend that they're sitting in one of these cars. Some of these people will relate to these cars quite nicely. We've got a couple going the wrong way. I don't think they're antiques, but some of those people have spent a lot of time and energy on their cars, I'll tell you. Some of them are, as I said, they're a job in progress, but nevertheless, they're beautifully turned out. That one, there's one in progress right there with the little dog waving his hand out the door. There's a high boy going by. Oh, there's a 1931 been chopped, and it's got a different motor in it and everything. It's a rod. It's a really nice one. Got a 1931 body. Yeah, it's a GS. Oh, beautiful. Beautifully turned out. Some of them, Terry was telling me that some of them have basically just been fixed up a little bit and tuned up and so on. That they were cars that were picked up in very good shape, and they didn't have to do much on them at all except buff them up and clean up. Some of them have added the odd little thing to them to make them more acceptable to them, but a lot of them are just the way they were turned out originally.
Okay, we're here at Dairy Queen this afternoon after the car cruise, the fantastic car cruise. There was over 100 cars, I understand, Terry. Terry Smith's here with me today. He is the organizer of this, or one of the organizers, I guess I should say, this car cruise. He tells me it's been a dream of his. Tell me about your dream and how it turned out.
Dave, this has been a dream for a lot of years. And Pam from the Dairy Queen here, her and I have been trying to organize a car show, but this is overwhelming. Their last count that I heard was over 132 cars in today's parade, and they're from Holland, Brandon, Minnedosa, and Neepawa. So we've had excellent support.
Great, that's great. Now you started in Brandon, did you, Terry?
No, we started in Minnedosa and did a parade at 2 o'clock there and did the whole town up. Then they went for dairy owl for ice cream anybody wanted. And at 3:15 we left for Neepawa. 4 o'clock we got on our route here. And it's been fantastic the turnout of people that have been around Neepawa.
You had quite a route here. We were trying to catch up to you because we missed you at the start. We found you 3/4 of the way down. So what, you went by the country meadows to start with, and then you came into Elks, I understand. Where'd you go after that?
Yeah, well then we went up to Hamilton Street and down Hamilton Street to Brown, so the people that are in the Yellowhead Manor to the south side could see. Then we went down Brown, get out in front of the Legion. Anybody that's in the Yellowhead Manor can see out the east side. Then back up again the north side, on the mountain, down the north side of Kinsman Ford, up around the hospital. And when we got up to the hospital, there was likely about 25 nurses and a patient sitting out in front, so it was well worth going to the hospital.
Great, yeah. Those people, we admire them for what they've been doing for the last little while, that's for sure.
That's right, and they even had some of the patients out today too, sitting out working.
That's great.
There, so
you're headed to Carberry now after you go through the Dairy Queen here. Again, free ice cream from Dairy Queen here, I understand.
Yeah, and Pam and I sort of have a challenge out to all the other Dairy Queens across Canada that to see who can have, if anybody can have more classic cars go through their drive-through than what I have for her today.
Well, they'll have to plan on a whole day because you're going to be a while going through here.
That's right, yeah.
That's for sure. Now, you had some help, I understand, from the Brandon. Tell me about that Brandon auto cruise enthusiast or what
Yeah, I have a fellow in Brandon that I come with, Dave Bennet, and he was with the Road Rebel group in Brandon. And they also call themselves Brandon Area Car Enthusiasts, which I am a volunteer member to help them out whenever they need help. And we do a lot of these cruises downtown Rosser Avenue once a month during the summer months. And Dave is a real go-getter. He's been running up and down the highway today, getting pictures. And a lot of this is going to be on YouTube if anybody wants to see it also.
That's great. And of course, we had the NACTV cameras out. We got all the cars in the parade in that, and so we'll get that on TV as well.
Yeah.
So that's great. Then thanks very much, Terry. We'll try and find Dave Bennet now.
Yes, and I'll try and send him over your way if I see you.
And well, I'll need you to find it for me because I don't know what it looks like.
Okay.
So, and I'd like to interview him.
Good, I shall do that.
Great, good job, Terry. Thanks very much.
And I'd like to thank the people from NACTV for doing this for me.
Oh, well, absolutely.
Years ago, I used to be with NACTV, and I still think the world of them.
Well, that's great. That's
you do a great job.
You helped us out a lot, too. So
thank you very much. Bye.
Yeah.
For a while.
One day he said, "We're meeting." He never said nothing again. And as soon as I go to speak to you,
I've got Pam from Dairy Queen here with me. Today, the manager of Dairy Queen. We're sure pleased to have you here. What a crowd! Please.
Very. This is totally unexpected. This started out for, maybe a few cars coming through, and it has turned into this. This is amazing.
I understand you and Terry have been hoping to do something like this for a while.
Yeah, Terry's been talking to me quite often about trying to get something going here in the parking lot, act on a much smaller scale. But it just turned out amazing. Everyone saw Terry got the word out there, everybody wanted to be involved, and the day just turned out beautiful.
Well, these car enthusiasts, they love to show their cars off, and that's why they mix them up and run them for that purpose alone. So if they come to a place like this, and if you're getting free ice cream there, you let it go into your drive-thru.
We are.
It's in the parade. That's a
We
wonderful
are,
chance.
yeah.
Thank you.
Just something small that we can do, and to encourage people to come out and visit us here in Neepawa.
You're a great supporter of people. This isn't the only event that you support. I know there's lots of events that go on here that you support. You happen to tell everybody here, thank you very much. And you have the car enthusiasts as well. We got a good thing for you.
Yes.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Okay, we found Dave Verba from Brandon. He's over here with the group, one of the organizers. Knows Terry Smith quite well and is involved in the organizing from VACE, I understand, is the organizing group.
The Road Rebels are in conjunction with BASE. BASE is a Brandon area car enthusiast, and Road Rebels are a big part of that, so we organize it in conjunction with them. So it's basically a Road Rebel event.
So there's other car clubs in the Brandon area that are part of BASE then?
There is, yes. There's Memory Lane, there's a few different clubs there.
Okay, so you get together for big events and so on.
Yes.
So have you had a cruise this big before?
No, this is the largest. We had a lot of car shows that people go, but because of COVID now, we can't really get together and have big groups, so we decided to do this. We used to have a downtown cruise Thursday nights of a month. We can't do that anymore, so we're doing Rollin cruises through Brandon. And we decided, well, we'll take it outside Brandon too, because we've got a lot of friends outside too, so that's why we started with Minnedosa, Neepawa, Carberry, and we'll do more as the summer goes on.
So this is the first one. This is your first traveling cruise show.
That's correct, yes.
What year? Oh, that's great. So how long have you been involved in like cruise, cars?
The car thing since about early 2000, 2002 or so. I've always loved cars and everything, but because of family and all that kind of stuff, you just can't do everything. So I basically got heavier into it.
So is it the restoring end of it that really you like, or it's more the showing end of it?
The showing and driving and everything, I'm not always that handy. I like doing this kind of stuff is what I really like.
Well, that's great. Well, we all know Terry from around here.
Terry's a great guy, yes.
He likes to organize. That's for sure. So we're sure hoping that you will do some more around, and we want to thank the Dairy Queen for their participation in this. We're trying for this record of how many cars Dairy Queen
That would be awesome.
and I think they're going to get it.
I think so. Yeah.
So I'm going through here right now.
Well, that's great. I'd like to thank everybody who's participating, in all the towns we've been to so far, Minnedosa, Neepawa. The support has been overwhelming, and we love all the people with their cars coming up and joining us. So just want to thank everybody, and this is thank you to all our frontline workers and all our emergency service people too, because this is what it's all about on this cruise.
That's great. Thank you very much, Dave.
Thank you.
This is the guy you wanted before that. Yeah, I know.
My daughter.
Have you been counting the cars? How many cars are there? How many cars?
125 so far.
I need to